and welcome back to Empire Total War with the 1600 AD Colonialism mod. Last time around we saw of an army that was threatening Brussels, and that was about it. We made some other gains, but that was the most important thing. This time around we're going to take our revenge on Pontiac and his people. So if we remember back a few videos ago, I sent in an army to attack them, and they were destroyed and sent back. Now the army still lives. It's part of this army moving over here. But we are to avenge those guys. Now you may say we were the aggressors because we were the ones marching to attack. But if we remember from the start, it was actually the Iroquois who declared war on the Virginia Company. So they were the aggressors. It's just that we're turning the war around on them and kinda leading to their annihilation, at least as an organized nation. With that said, let's go ahead and take this town and take down Pontiac. So even though there's quite a lot of them, you can see there's quite a lot of these armed tribesmen unit that spawned in to protect the town. They haven't even actually replenished the units since the last fight we had with them. So all the extra troops they're gaining are the armed tribesmen, and we can see their morale is really poor, 3. But then again, a lot of the other units stood for a long time. It's all gonna be down to taking down Pontiac. Once we take down Pontiac, all the armed tribesmen will lay down their arms and realize it's futile. With that said, let's go ahead and play this battle. A very poor choice of field by our enemies. There are no trees to hide in at all, and we hold the high ground. So really, the terrain is really favoring us. Cannons in the flank. We've got the proper matchlock unit up front. Then all the pikes arrayed. And behind the pikes, we've got the militia arquebusiers with the short range ready to move in flank attack. With that said, let's go ahead and start. And wait, are they? They're probably gonna march at us, aren't they? Which is gonna work very well for me. I was actually gonna try and advance on them, but now I see that that's kind of stupid. What we're gonna do is we're gonna send some troops over, because it looks like Pontiac is kind of charging for the guns, which seems odd. What if I can move this one forward to fire? And then we're basically gonna have each of these units be backed up by a pike. So these guys should be able to deliver a volley and then retreat back to a safe distance. Well, they took a few of them. Not that many, but they kind of got a taste of what's to come. Now the enemy... Oh, these guys can't even... they can't switch to canister. That's bad. Right, you move up. Move into position. What we'll do is we'll move you here. And we'll move you over here. And now I want these to move into the phalanx positions. God damn it, they did it the wrong way, of course. Same thing over here. Now these guys are about to get attacked. And the pike line, of course, went completely wrong over there. Didn't even activate it over there. Fire at will. This didn't go as planned at all. I should have moved into prepared positions long before the enemy attacked. Charge here and try to save the guns. So this unit was at least defeated. And we might save the cannon crew. Drop the pike line and attack and help the general. Cannon crew, you might do a lot better if you're actually manning the cannons. Looks to be going pretty okay over there. Oh, the... Right, of course, yes, that's the way I wanted you to face. Now, turn around. The musketman over here is doing pretty okay, given the circumstances. It's that the enemy armed populace is so god-awfully bad. I just realized something. The units that are attacking us right now has only been the armed citizenry type units, and not a single unit of like the actual soldier type force. Not a single one as of yet. They're tired, but they're actually winning against these guys. But then again, it is only the armed tribesmen that are here fighting us. Not a single one of their proper... Ah, now their proper units show themselves. Recall the general. Maybe that was the plan, to have our men tire themselves out fighting the armed populace. While they prepared to advance on us. Right, so all enemy units were now defeated. Or all armed citizenry units. Let's reorganize ourselves for the warrior units. There aren't a lot of them, but they will put up more of a fight. Although at this point, it would have probably been better for them to send in everyone at a start, rather than split them up like this. Why are you still facing the wrong way? Let's see if they move within range. If we're able to put down a few shots at them. They're not even within range of these guys yet. They're firing off the Pontiac. He's lost a lot of his bodyguard. I will now advance the pikes into the enemy. So we've got Warrior Society there. We've got American tribesmen over there. Probably not going to do too well. What's that? Pontiac has fallen to a cannonball. There he is, his mutilated body after being completely pummeled by a cannonball and destroyed. And now his people lie in ruin. This warrior society will fight to the very end though. They're down to 18 men. And musketmen are firing in between the pikes. Form pike square, not pike square, pike line. That will certainly send them away. That show of force sent them away. Move forward. Keep advancing on the enemy. So there's 2 units still remaining. It's this little unit of bowmen. Now that one's retreating. So it's only this unit of bowmen. And I do think we can take down that one with the general. We'll order the cannons to cease fire, as to not kill our own general. Gained quite a bit of chevrons on a lot of units. Oh, they're actually... I didn't think they were going to stand and wait for the pikemen to come to them. But that's what they did. And here comes the general to add on to the fight. And there's no way those bowmen are going to withstand that. And we have victory. Pontiac has fallen. And so has a large part of their confederacy. Here's the result of the battle. Even though I kind of messed up the positioning, we only lost 200 men, while the enemy lost. All hands lost. Highest killers goes to matchlock infantry, in fact, which killed 282. So even though those, I guess it was those armed populace, they weren't really that good, were they? And they were absolutely slaughtered. If they had merged 2 units, so they've merged the warriors and the armed populace, they could have actually done something. But they didn't. They sent them in 2 waves, and they got to pay for it. Also, Pontiac was taken out by a bloody cannon. Every man will do his duty. And then, I guess, some ethnic cleansing as we switch these buildings around to European ones. And yes. Oh, this province goes all the way up here. Then we're gonna march on to this one. And we're gonna take this one. So there's not a lot left for the Indians. The good thing is, with the Virginia company sending their priests around, that this province is already 89% Protestant, which is really good. So we're not gonna have that much resistance against our cause. With that said, let's go ahead and end turn and see what the enemy has in store for us. Right, it's the end turn, and Spain's Armada has arrived. It's a massive one. And the thing is, I mean, I was hoping to do more Indian stuff. This is gonna be such a long fight because there's so many ships. It's gonna take like an hour. Thing is, I'm pretty confident in victory because for the only reason that I will be able, they won't be able to put enough force behind this attack to actually completely destroy my fleet. While so basically me surviving for an hour is gonna save me. You know what? We can lower it. We can lower it. There's no way anyone's gonna actually shoot each other down anyways. So what we can do is we can lower it to 20 minutes. That way it doesn't become such a boring slugfest. And I'll still be able to make some cool boardings. There's a lot of Spanish ships in the Armada that are quite broken down. So it's at least 4 of them that's gonna be ready for boarding right off the bat. So it's this one, the Indiaman Galleon, and this one, and then this one, and then this one. Actually, yeah, 4. 4 ships will be ready, and then they got French reinforcements. Right, let's go ahead and stop the Spanish Armada from... It's a pretty good admiral, so if we can focus in, even if I have to, you know, kill off the crew on a number of these ships, if we can kill the Spanish admiral Leonardo Mendoza, that's a big gain just because of how good of a general he is. Anyways, this is what I think will happen of the battle, but who knows? With that said, let's hit the waves, lads. And the fight is off! We are starting the battle. They've actually sent the weaker ships first, so we've got one with 38. And then the third ship is 49, and then the 51. So 3 of those really weak ships are among the... 3 really weak ships are among the 4 first ships to attack. There's only one bigger one. So what I want to send is the medium war galleons. The medium war galleons will move to attack these weaker ones. I'm gonna go ahead and blockade that one, and we're gonna see about getting our ships all around this one, isolate him, and blast him to bits. Oh, is that the captain? I'm pretty sure that's the captain. Blasting guns. We weren't able to actually stop him. We're about to board that one. Damn, that's a lot of cannon shot. Well, let's see. The thing is, the flags are so similar. Ours is a cross, and theirs is a an X mark. Oh yeah, you were supposed to attack that one. And you were supposed to attack that one. It's a holy mess. Okay, this one is coming up on this one, so we'll be able to board over there. Then this one's about to be boarded over there, and this one's about ready to board that one. Oh, they're throwing the hooks. Is that the Spanish Inquisition I see? Could almost be. So I want to focus on this one. Or maybe we should just forget about this one and focus on the traffic jam that is being caused over there. Okay, so we got 2 boardings on the way. This one's not really catching up, but we've got 1 boarding about to commence here. And we've got 1 already commencing over here. So 133 on our ship, while there's only 38 on this one. I wonder if... Oh no, we see the wrong area of the ship, unfortunately. Thing is, the attacker always drops so many more men. A lot of the time I've actually seen troops just jump over right into the sea, so we captured that one. How's it going over here? This one should be an easier fight because there's less enemy troops on this one. But I guess they're all hiding below deck. This one's climbing, he's climbing up to fight in the mast. So one of the Marines. Doesn't look like they want to fight because the enemy has surrendered. So 2 Spanish ships have surrendered. We're going after one over there. The French are coming in. We're organizing ourselves to kind of just stop all these incoming Spanish ships, or have them really pass through a gauntlet of fire in terms of all the cannons we will array against them. We got 2 idiot ships all the way here. What you will do is you will weigh anchor, or you will drop anchor, I mean. And that allows that one to move. You will hold. And now he will be able to move into position, and now you can follow. You will turn slightly to face the enemy. You will move to blockade. That's pretty good. Looks pretty good. Keep chasing that one. Eventually, you might get him. It's an absolute mess here. So we got some Spanish ships that have surrendered. And then there's others trying to get through this mess while firing all guns simultaneously. You can put yourself there. We've got another one that we can board coming up. So we got one bastard that got through. This one's not getting through though, because we've got so many ships all around him. He's gonna have to move in such a way to try and avoid getting out here. I'm gonna see if you can go ahead and board this one. Damn, that was a lot of fire that came down. Why don't you halt? And why don't you halt? And we'll see about if we can get the Admiral somewhere around there. You can go around and then we can fire in on all of that. So the Spanish are escaping our trap and then they're trying to join this fight over here. So I've sent this guy now to attack and hopefully capture this one. We might just sink it with the amount of firepower we're putting down upon it. But that's actually doubtful, given how much damage these cannonballs do. Now I did see a documentary about the Spanish Armada, and they kind of showed that just the caliber of the cannonballs that were used, they wouldn't really have been able to. I mean, they would have had to put so many holes in the enemy ships. It was very unlikely they would be able to sink the big Spanish ships just by cannon fire. So it kind of all came down to, you know, how it turned out with the Spanish kind of losing course due to fire ships and whatnot. More so than the actual firepower of or like the cannon power of the English ships. I mean, it looks like there's a lot going on with all the cannon shots going all over the place. But there isn't actually a lot of people dying, and there isn't a lot of... I mean, this one's been passed by all Spanish ships. And if we look really close on the meter here, it's lost just a little tiny smidge of health. There's quite a lot of Spanish ships actually that's made it through our trap. Most of them, in fact. There's one. Why don't you go ahead and attack that one? I think just because so many of the Spanish ships have now escaped, if you want to say that, that it's time to us to move. I don't think the French are going to be able to join the battle even. Because they're so far away. Nothing's really happened except we were able to capture these ships, which for some reason the Spanish decided not to man with, or reman I should say. And hopefully we might add on to that with another 2 ships. What we should do is actually go full sail in front of this guy, stop him so my ship can catch up and we can capture him. This guy might actually be able to capture this one just by the fact that this one kind of blocking him. And then hopefully we'll be able to... Oh, here's two going up side by side. Might be the Spanish Admiral, I'm not sure. Since they didn't put him in front like the AI usually does, they might have put them all the way in back. So we got the Spanish ships right, or Spanish ship right over there. And then a surrendered one out there. Kind of outpacing the Spanish one. But then again, this one is chasing this. Oh, we... I kind of missed my opportunity there, and we don't want to... Ah, no, we blocked our own ship. What I can do is I can actually use this one. You will not chase that one anymore, and I'll give that to you now instead. Run out the guns! Fire as she goes! Okay, are we boarding somewhere else? Oh, we're about to come to boarding action over here. Third Spanish ship is about to be taken. This is two of ours that are stuck in a weird dance. And then that one... Oh, yeah, we're running up to this one now. What if I, before, in the last volleys here, switch to canister? Okay, so a full broadside of canister. Not a single Spanish soldier died from that. But then again, I mean, if we look at this ship, where are all the Spanish troops? Not a there's one waiting for us to come across. Oh, we're about to run out the guns again. Will they fire once more? Surprised this one doesn't just surrender immediately. Why don't you move a bit so the Admiral ship can fire? Let's see how we're doing. We've got another boarding going on here. And the one over here is full on the way. 84 men on our ship against 20 on theirs. And they just surrendered. So that means we've got 3 Spanish ships surrendering. It's about to become 4 and 5. See if we can concentrate the fleet over here. Looks like the Spanish are heading over here. So there's where we're heading as well. And we'll just focus it into a cluster right here. Because there's a lot more Spanish ships than there are English ones in this region. Did we win here? Oh, we just started crossing over onto the ship. So we've got 165 versus 42 on this one. Got one Spanish crew over there, got a Spanish Marine. Looks like we cleared the deck. Oh, who's that? No, that's a Spanish Marine. I thought it was maybe the captain. Oh, a lot of them are running down. He just got stabbed and they surrendered. So that means that's 4 Spanish ships surrendering. We're about to get 5 with that one over there. And in terms of the fight, it's absolutely chaotic with cannon shots going all over the place. I'm surprised this one here hasn't surrendered yet. Oh, it's because they haven't even charged across yet. Okay, what exactly are you guys waiting for? Is it like one guy somewhere that needs to get into the right position or something? Would really be nice to get all 5 Spanish ships. Would I dare attack here? 167 men against 126. Could be done. Oh, we've got one. One of our ships is routing. Are they crossing over now? No, they're not. Well, if you're not gonna, then break off. And attack again. I'm telling this one to chase. The thing is, the timer is about to run out. Oh, one of our ships has surrendered. But I should have probably seen that coming, because I had this one go ahead and attack 2 Spanish ships. Or board 2 Spanish ships. And now the French fleet have come out of port. But it's too late. The battle is over in 2 minutes. Maybe I can consolidate my position around this ship and try and save him. Okay, completely. Oh, he's on fire. Oh shit, he's on fire. Everyone get the hell out of there. We're actually going to move away since the French have arrived. We're going to concentrate our fleet now away from there. We saw a bit of smoke coming out of this one. He's definitely still on fire, so that's not good. Telling my fleet to try and skedaddle as quickly as possible over there. Just gonna go ahead and take a quick in at Cyrus. He was on fire. I think they managed to put it out, but they could start again, and that could just detonate the ship, which would not be great. Oh, we're not being able to catch up to this one. He is wavering though. I guess if I put down enough firepower on him, maybe I can force him to surrender. He's down to 21 crew. You know what? Hold there and just fire at them, and maybe you can run up against him. Maybe you should try on the other side. And maybe you should come and lay right in front of him if you can. The few English ships I have needs to get out of there, because now they're completely surrounded by the enemy. Oh, he surrendered! Yes! He surrendered. So that means that we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 Spanish ships surrendered out of their armada, while we have 1 possibly rigged to explode. The battle is over, and we are technically victorious. And the Spanish armada is set adrift and possibly sunk out in the Atlantic. Here we have the result of that fight. So the Spanish lost an amazing 11 out of their 14 ships. Only 2 of them remain. All of my ships remain. And we captured 5 enemy ships. And here it's to be kills. Doesn't tell you much because it just ranks them by ship. Now I could sell them, but I'm gonna bring those on. So there's no way the Spanish will ever contest us again. A massive victory there over the Spanish Armada, which led to Edward Russell, the commander or the admiral, getting cool under fire, and good news. 2+ morale in battle. And King George get 1+ prestige and 1+ happiness for nobility for Acquire Master. Probably to compose something to this astonishing victory over the Spanish Armada. With that said, given that we had 2 battles in this one, and one of which being a 20-minute naval battle, we're going to end it right here to not make the video too long. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and hopefully I'll see you guys for the next one. Bye!